Hello, Darren Drew from D. Drew Guitars. Okay, we're back on this banjo. So I got all the frets in. Now I'm going to show you how to trim off the ends. Get these pliers like this and just put it right up next to the binding. I put it at slightly an angle to give it part of a bevel already. This is very quick. Believe it or not, when I used to do frets when I was assembling guitars and doing frets, I saved up all these little end pieces that are coming off, all these small little pieces, and I didn't even start saving them at the very beginning. And when I got done doing that part of the job I was doing, I had over 5 pounds of these little tiny fret ends. I couldn't believe it, over 5 pounds. That's how many frets I've done. Kind of funny. Down here, sometimes you got to trim them off slightly to get down to get it right next to the fretboard. And this has been sitting for a couple days, so the glue's nice and dry now. That, or you can just hit it with the accelerator once you're done. Okay. Okay, next I'm going to flush cut is what they call it. I'm going to make all the ends so that they're even with the side of the fretboard. There's 2 tools you can use. This one here is a flush cut file, or I have one also that's like this. It's got the bevel file on one side and the flush cut on this side. You want to be gentle when you're doing this because you don't want to knock the frets loose. So just slowly go back and forth. And this is a 2-way file. This is a 1-way file. Or, you know, this type of file, the way I usually do it is just I put my fingers up underneath like this and just do a little bit at a time. You can also hold it up slightly to start to give you your bevel on it. So you can feel it and hear it when it goes, when you got it all far enough. Now I'll turn this thing around. To do the other side. Brush this stuff off. Trying to keep it nice and clean. And this part of the banjo is really short, so it makes it harder to get them. I use this block. You can still hear it, so there's still more to get. Run your fingers up and down, and you'll feel it when they're good and when they're not. Okay, now bevel file. Keep this clean. Okay, this is a 32-degree angle. I believe that's what it is. Like I said, this one's a two-way file. There's some that are one-way files. This is what will give you your bevel, your angle. That one's still a little sharp. I'll get this part later. I'll show you the main part here. But you definitely want to do the dressing part at the same time. Okay. You clean this off and flip this around. I have the rim on from the pot assembly just to make it more stable to work on. Which side I did. See, I'm starting to hit some of the plastic now with binding. Okay. So that was doing the bevel on it. And you can just feel, run your hands up and down. You can feel it. It's still going to feel sharp because of the end so far. Okay, now this is the tricky part, more tricky. Most manufacturers do not do this, but this is a must if you ask me. Have a file. It's a dressing file. It's flat on one side, and it's rounded on this side. First, you take the flat part down towards the fretboard, and you have to do this part backwards because it's in the way. You just want to take off this very little tiny inside corner, just a little bit, and that's all you need to do. And you can get, going on a flow with this. So it doesn't take all that much time, but it sure does make a difference in the feel of the frets when you're sliding your hand up and down the neck. I'm just going to go to here for right now just to show you. And I'll do the same thing on this side, flat side down on the file. Okay, now with the round side down, you'll go in a motion like this to where you're hitting the fret on just one side of it, more at the bottom and getting less and less as it hits the top of the fret with it. So you want to start down below the fretboard and then work your way up and then kind of roll it off the top. In motion like this. Then, since that's in my way, I'll do it backhanded. Try and do it in just one motion. I know when I first started doing this, I did it in like 3 swipes. It took, you get it nice and smooth with just one. And like I say, you want it wider at the bottom and then get skinnier as it hits the top of the fret. That way you're leaving as much of the playing room as possible. But this will make your fret ends feel so much better as you're playing. It's just amazing the difference that it makes. Okay, and then I'm just going to show you so I can get this video done. That's dressing the ends, and then you will level them, level the frets after you're done doing that. Hopefully you don't have very much to take off if you put them in well. So this is a 6-inch leveling block with 220 on it. Just very lightly. That's not touching there and there. Oh, those look pretty good. So what I'll do is I'll angle my block a little bit more just to make it shorter. And I already know that this neck is flat because I was flat when I put the frets in it. So it's, it's already leveled flat. And then there you go. That's leveled. And later I will show you how to crown and polish frets on a fretboard like this. Makes it much more difficult. Anyway, please like, subscribe. This is Darren Drew. Thank you very much for watching.